Alright, let's start with some of my gear. Here you see a VHT Special 6. This is a 6-watt hand-wired point-to-point head. I changed immediately the tubes out that it came with. It came with some garbage Chinese 6V6 and a Russian 12AX7 in the preamp section. I changed those out to a Tungsol 12AX7 and a JJ 6V6. It made a huge improvement. I spoke with VHT last week asking them about putting in EL34, and I ordered a SED EL34, and I'm going to try that for a bit, see how it sounds, see if it changes it up a little bit. I'm not completely 100% happy with it, but it is a good sounding amp. A little bit too bassy response for me, and it could be partially the Celestion that's in it. It's not broken yet. It's an open back Celestion. I forget the model. We'll look at it here in just a moment. But overall, it's a great sounding amp, loud as can be, and with some work, I think you can get a great tone out of it. You can achieve a lot of Fender blackface amp tones out of it. I'm not a huge Fender fan. I love Vox, AC30s, AC15s. The Night Train I think is an amazing sounding amp. I love Bad Cat Cubs, the Cub 2, the Black Cat, Bad Cat as well. I love Matchless Lightnings, Matchless DC30s. I'm sorry, HC30. Great sounding amps, and however, I don't have the funds for those high-end amps, so I'm trying to achieve what I can with what I got. So here's the VHT. Let's look at the backside. So as you can see, it's VHT. It's designed here in the US. It's hand wired in China. That's how they can get away with selling it so cheap. It is a beautiful, solid built head. I mean, this thing is unbelievable. I don't know if you can see the quality of all the cuts and corners and all the gear. It's just pretty amazing for 179 bucks. What you can get with this head. So nice, good, thick switches. I mean, just great stuff. Good tone knob, nice and smooth. You can tell they're oil filled, possibly. Good push-pull knobs for the volume. It has a high and low. I'll turn this around here momentarily so you can actually see it. Like I said, I changed it out to a JJ and a Tungsol in there. Huge output and input transformers. So anyways, let's move on. Check out the front panel. Alright, well here's the top panel on it, or front panel, or whatever you want to call it. Has a power on and off switch, a high power, which is a 6-watt, low power 3-watt. In the middle it's a standby, nice red light bulb there. Tone, volume. I find with the tone that if you back it off a tad, you can get a great Marshall warm blues breaker tone out of it. If you go middle and beyond, over here is totally all Fender. From here over is Vox, Marshall, British type sound with the 6V6. We'll change it out to EL34 on another video, and we'll see how that sounds. Here's the volume with the push-pull boost. So I usually keep it about halfway up. It sounds very good, very responsive, very chimey, kind of hi-fi with a little bit of compression to it. So anyways, a low input, high input, and there it is. Nice and solid built amp. Let's move on to the cabinet. Alright, so here's the cabinet. It is a 13-ply Baltic birch. Again, the quality is amazing. It's dovetail jointed. It has 2 inputs. The input jacks are a little bit cheap for me. They're plastic, going into a circuit board on the back side, and then some wiring there. Anyways, really built very well. The Celestion, I'm not 100% happy with yet, but I got about a month on that speaker. I've been playing it a lot, trying to break it in, and it's starting to get a little bit better in sound. However, it is a very, very bassy speaker. This 12-inch G12H, and it's a 30 watt. So we'll see over time if it improves. If not, I might just change it out to some El Nico or something. But for now, it works. We'll see what happens in a couple months. Some more views. Has this great inset here, handle, just really good built quality. Solid. I mean, it's a little bit heavy. It's a tank. Thing's great, but good quality. I mean, you can see all these seams are nice and tight and put together very well. So, anyways, there's the VHT open back 112 Celestion cabinet.